But like in that moment, like I feel like you gotta tell somebody because then like think about it. I get it. We're men. We're logical.
Yeah.
Don't be too logical on certain situations. Certain situations, like they warrant an emotional response because that emotional response can save somebody's life. That's how I feel like sometimes.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm snitching too. I ain't gonna lie.
Been chasing dreams, my money, things I do for my family, and on and on. I can't go without my blessings, cause blessings show. Been chasing dreams, my money, things I do for my family, and on
And we're back, y'all.
I can't go.
Welcome back to Let's Really Talk About It podcast. We are here. Just want to thank y'all for all the love and support that y'all been giving. Thank you guys for the subscribers, the likes, the comments. We take heed to all of it. You feel me? And like I said, if you guys have any topics y'all feel like y'all want us to discuss, just put the topics down below and we are really going to talk about it. So let's get into the introductions right now. We got Kenley over here. Give you a little introduction for us, bro.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Kenley. So pretty much.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself,
Got
bro.
you. All right, cool. So I mean, what I do for work, I'm a respiratory therapist. I mean, I know Jeremy through church.
Sound like you make money.
You make money, bro.
That's
I
what it sound
mean,
like.
nothing crazy. You know, I do a little investing on the side as well. So definitely trying to get into that. You know, it's good to be versatile in these days. You know, multi-dimensional.
Y'all see the glasses?
You know, so I definitely pride myself on doing that. But yeah, besides that, I'm chill. Love to have conversations, so I appreciate you having me.
No problem. Give me my Instagram handle if they want to follow you.
Oh yeah, Instagram is I know_I_Ken.
We love it. Go ahead, Mardo. Talk to him real quick.
Hey, what's up? My name is Marta Shea. I met Jeremy because he's my future brother-in-law. God willing.
Let the people know.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm a manager and a financial advisor.
So good to hear.
He got money too.
On the side, by God's grace.
Instagram.
My Instagram handle is MARHYPPO.
And let them know Conscious Clips right here.
Conscious
The
Clips.
man behind
Subscribe,
Conscious Clips. You know, we definitely gonna put that in there. And go ahead, Jordan. Let them know, Mr. Money Man.
I don't make no money, but y'all already know who it is. GMAP Jordan, Instagram tag GMAP Jordan. You know, as always, God is a shot caller. I'm the shot taker.
That's tough. I'm not gonna lie. That's tough. I like that.
Well, every time you say it, it hit different. Every
I
time,
wish I prepared something smooth like that. Man.
And I'll be trying to remember to do it. I'm like, damn, man, you a bum. Yeah, so let's really get into the topics. Right now, you know, we live in a culture right now to where it's, I hate to say it, don't kill me in the comment section, but, you know, it is very geared towards women, you know, even with mental health and even with self-care, with everything. It really encompasses around women. Not saying it's a bad thing, but, you know, it's very rare that we see the importance or the emphasis around men or just how we need to handle ourselves. And even when it comes to that, I feel like when we do speak on it, it's very tight-knit and we talk about it amongst ourselves, amongst, you know, our own friend group, our bros, things of that nature, and we never really get a chance to put it on a platform or just really, you know, talk about it openly to be able to touch other people outside. Somebody might hear it or hear us talking about it right now and might gain some insight. So right now, you know, first topic, is there really a problem with men calling out their bros for wrongdoings? For example, how they treat women, whether it might be relationships or whether it might be assault, whether it might be, just treating women all in all, fidelity and pride. Reason why I say that, hopefully so you guys don't get misconstrued. Apparently people say that men have an issue with holding their, other men accountable. Mm-hmm. So do you guys feel like that's a real issue, and if so, why?
All right, so I guess I'll break the ice with that. Yeah, I do think it's an issue for sure, 100%. And I do think as men, we definitely need to hold ourselves and hold our brothers accountable. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's this saying, you're the sum of the 5 closest people around you. And I feel like if there's certain habits and there's certain behaviors that you're allowing from like some of your closest friends, eventually that'll like seep into your personality and you'll eventually, so it's gotta be give or take. Either you're bettering them or they're like influencing you and changing you.
That's
So I think if you're not going to be that solid person in the friend group to really call them out when they're doing it, and hopefully they're reciprocating that same energy and calling you out on your wrongdoings, because we're not perfect either. That's how we all get better. And as men, us being, don't kill me though, us being the focal point of like the family, the focal point of
Listen, man, talk
relationships.
about it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Talk about
these
it.
things, like we need to come correct, and it starts with like definitely us holding each other accountable.
Saying
Yeah, I agree. Of course not. Like, it's not a problem. Like telling your bros, like, what you're doing is wrong. Because like, let's give an example, right? Like, if there's your bro, he has a girl, like he says he wants to marry. Like, if you're taking it seriously, like, and that's your bro, you go to church. We both, if we're both like minded, we know like what we want with Christ. You're gonna like try to like ease into it, and obviously you won't like put his info on blast. So, yeah, I would say that it's not a problem like having those real conversations with your bro, because
So with me, I feel like you have to know what you're going into. Not every guy that you could approach with certain situations, they'll be able to take it. So I'll say you should hold them accountable, but strong on the butt though. You have to know how to talk to them, right? There's certain people, like certain men are more sensitive than others. Not saying that they're less of a man, but some men can't take criticism properly. So you have to understand, like, they could be a friend or whatever the case may be, but not everybody takes the same level of criticism the same way. So, for example, I come to you, I can't just start, yo, bro, you dead bugging. You feel me? Like, I gotta like, yo, bro, like what was your thought process in that? Some people like it broken down to them, but without a doubt, you should still confront them and tell them what they did is wrong.
But if I'm really bugging, like I feel like you can't warrant the approach after you did something crazy. You can't like be like, hey, don't approach me like that if you did something that was crazy and you didn't even tell yourself, hey, let me like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that same level of sensitivity you feel like we should have amongst ourselves, we should have with ourselves before we get into certain situations. Because if it's something where I expect you to stand on it, like, let me give an example. This is going to be big, but frats.
Okay.
Frat culture is, for a lot of people, a problem. And, the men out there, y'all going to kill me for saying this, but these initiations are kind of getting out of control.
Talking about the hazing and everything like that.
Yeah, that, and also like a lot of the time, part of the initiation might be, hey, go do this, go have sex with this girl,
Right, yeah.
and because of like they want to be in the frat, or sometimes that might be initiation, sometimes that just might be you already being a member.
Yeah.
These things can happen, and it's very quick to, yo, you know what, I got you. Let me help you handle it. I'm gonna handle it. They'll come, even if it's on some, yo, bro, I messed up. They might even be like, you know what, we gonna get through this. I'm gonna handle it. Don't worry. We gonna keep this between us. And that's a problem, and then there's some good guys out there. There's some good ones, because they're not all bad, that's gonna hold them accountable. But you can't sit there and do something that crazy and expect somebody to be like, yo, bro, you know what, I understand. No, what you mean you understand? Nah, it's like, yo, why are you doing that? Like, I feel like there's a
that can't be your
standard.
bro if you see you doing something wrong,
And then they hit you with the I understand. Or,
Nah,
like, what you
it's-
mean you understand?
No, are you saying that that's what I'm trying to say?
No.
I'm using an example
Okay.
based on what you just said, right?
Okay.
Like, you can't expect that level of sensitivity when you couldn't even be sensitive in the act.
Right. So what you're saying is true, but when I'm saying sensitive, I don't mean like, try to validate what they did or try to validate them in any type of way.
You just mean like the delivery.
Yeah, like if somebody messed up, like for example, let's say somebody cheated on a girl and they feel really bad about it. It's like, yo, damn, I wish I never did that. And then you gonna come in their face and say, oh, bro, like you a dummy. Like why the hell?
You're right.
You feel me? Like
You're right.
Nobody wants to get bashed
You're right.
twice when they already know they about to get it from their girl in the first place.
What do you think about the situation that I just gave you, though, with frat culture?
And they know what they did was wrong, or they don't know.
Come on. Or matter of fact, let me paint out the picture for you, right? You hear me, I did something like that,
Okay.
and I'm your frat brother.
No, but that depends on the bomb, bro. I'm gonna tell you that you stupid, straight up. I'm like, yo, you a dummy. Like you know what you got. But that's just me and you.
But think about it. It don't even matter about years. You feel me? Like, but it don't even matter about what you got no more. Like, we're not, bro. Forget cheating right now, bro. You forced yourself on a girl. What are you telling me right now?
Bro, isn't it different if it like you got the years that you could?
No. So yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying. It really does depend on like the strength of the relationship between you and this person.
Because you could burn bridges
Bro,
quick.
but
Like-
it shouldn't be like that. What's wrong should really genuinely just be wrong.
No, but my
It
thing
should
is,
be like that,
My
bro.
thing is though, like, you got to think about like the goal. Though, if the overarching goal is for me to get my message across and for this person to genuinely understand what they're doing, everyone's got to be approached differently, right? So you got to like know your personnel. That's what they say, know your personnel. So I know there's like I got friends in my friend group. There's certain friends I know I can talk to. I can be very stern and like, yo, listen, they're gonna get it, and it's not gonna be no hard feelings.
Yeah.
There are others. I'll say that, and like I'm like pouring salt on the wound. Like I'm literally, and I'm not trying to do that. At the end of the day, I'm trying to get you to understand your wrongdoing and help you correct yourself. Because my thing is, if you're gonna run in my circle, you need to be moving this way.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
This is how you need to be moving. So, like, I think it takes a level of maturity to know, like, and you know, we spoke about this earlier, but like just reading people, understanding people, knowing people's tendencies, knowing how people react to certain things.
That's a fact.
And once you understand that, then you can approach everyone properly, in my opinion.
What you think? What you think about that? You think you should like alleviate depending on the person?
Depends on the person. Because if it's a stranger, if it's a like, let's stick with the frat bro situation. Like if I see a frat bro, like especially if he's like younger than me, or if I see myself in him, but I don't know him that well, like you're gonna like try to emphasize with him. You're not gonna like, you know, yo bro, you're dumb, but like, you know, you're gonna come at him like you're gonna take it slow with him. But
So you're being very careful not to burn any bridges. Like, you know, you still want to keep
maintain
that.
it. Definitely maintain the relationships you make with whoever you know, is because that's what we're called to do.
That's true. But I like what you said. You said it depends on the person. You guys said it depends on the person.
Right.
He said it depends on the situation. And I feel like I lean more towards the situation, because if it's something where it's like, okay, like they force themselves onto a girl out of the need to be cool or initiation or whatever the case is, that's a crazy situation.
It is a very
and you
crazy
know what I'm saying? Like that's where like it's no longer having to maintain bridges. It's just more of like what you're doing is making us as a whole look like this is what we tolerate. And what you did, you need to understand you did it to another human being.
Right.
And you need to like, don't feel bad in front of me. Don't be like, yo, you know, I already feel bad about it. What are you doing about it?
Right.
Like you're talking to me. Why are you coming? I should not even have to know this right now. Like handle your business. Like go out, apologize, do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times it's almost like that. It's like a mouse and mouse hole type of thing. When there's danger, a mouse gonna run into the mouse hole. Like what you think I'm gonna hide you? Yo, come here. I'm not your safe space, bro. Like handle your things, because now think about this, right? When people run to other people, like they run to their bros, and I get it. We are men. We gotta stick together, you know? Yeah, I get it. But it comes to a point now, you coming to me and expecting me to hide you or protect you. Now I am now the person who tolerates stuff like that.
Right.
I'm now the person who appropriates that type of, you know, behavior. So it's like, now what do I stand for as a human?
Right.
That's how I feel.
And I think, like, you know, sorry to segue, but I think right now you're really harping on this whole identity concept and like really understanding who you are as a person, because like once I now understand who I am and I have a good sense of identity and I know how I'm trying to live my life and who I'm trying to be, I then am responsible for all those other people. The company that I keep is like my responsibility,
100%.
right? So in his particular situation, right, he mentioned, okay, frat, you know, and there's like a dude that's younger than me, right? So maybe I may not be the best person because our relationship may not be that strong. I may not be the best person. I feel like I'm responsible for finding someone who is closer to him that could possibly relay that message to
Like,
him.
yo, bro, get your mans.
Right, yeah, like, yo, bro, get your mans and go talk to him. But the bottom line is, he needs to be talked to. I may not be the best person, though, because we're not cool like that. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't confide in me like that. He's he might see me almost like as a, what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like
big bro,
like an
father
adult,
figure.
like an
bro,
adult.
mentor.
You know
You
what I'm saying?
old head or something.
You know, you only really confide in people that you feel comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? Like a bro. And he may not see me as that. So it may almost come off, the way I talk to him, no matter how I talk to him, it might almost come off as like, yo, as a parent talking to a child.
Yeah.
And that's automatically gonna like push him away, and he's not gonna be receptive and responsive to anything I have to say. So now I gotta go find who's his closest bro, this, that, and the third. I mean, it takes work, but it's what needs to be done.
So let's try and bottom this conversation right in a bit. Now, in what type of situation, right? And you guys can use the situation we just talked about. Do you feel like, because right now we're emphasizing if we don't know the person like that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, frat culture is, it don't matter who this person is. This is your brother. So now let's talking about in actuality. If this is your bro, where do you draw the line to where you have to disassociate yourself from that person?
That's a good question.
I will personally. Nah, go ahead, bro.
No,
My bad.
I'm not finna go.
All right, I'll probably say like when it's something that continues, like people make mistakes in their lives. Like you hear it all the time. Like people that went to jail when they was younger. I'm like, yo, that one dumb mistake I made, it cost me my whole life. I think you have to be really reasonable, and like I don't want to be like a Bible thumper or anything, but it's like, yo, even with Jesus, like that woman that got caught in the act of, what was it, adultery? That's yeah. So it's like Jesus was like, yo, like let he who cast the first stone who has not committed sin, and even then he didn't cast a stone, even though he could have, because he ain't sin. He was like, sin no more. You feel me? I feel like you should be the same way with your guys. Be like, yo, bro, like, yeah, you was bugging. I should tell you that I should wild out on you for doing that. But like, yo, bro, just don't do it again, bro. Just make sure that you know what you did was wrong and don't do it again.
There was this verse. So it was like, if you go up to a brother and he doesn't listen to you, bring someone else.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
And then if he doesn't listen to that, involve the whole church.
Right.
And if he doesn't, like,
He's considered
cast
a
him
pagan.
off.
Cast him off.
Yeah,
So do you feel like that has to be somebody that you're equally yoked with in order for you to bring it to the church, or is it like you don't gotta? Doesn't matter.
If that person goes to your church,
Okay.
Because when you
Business
think about it,
stranger.
when you think about it though, like in those times, you're looking at times of the villages. So already you're looking at people who know each other. So that's the reason why you would bring it to the church that everybody in the community goes to.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? So that's where it's encompassing right now. So in our case, the times we live in now, it would be somebody who goes to your church or, somebody within the community. That,
No doubt.
But I like what you said. Don't get me wrong. I like what you said. But I do feel listen.
But
I feel like it's a real cliche though, the answer, because I asked, where do you draw the line? So there's two things right now. It's either you feel like there is no line, or you feel
So my line was like if it happens again.
Exactly.
Right? Like your mans might do you wrong a couple times in your whole lifetime, but that's normal as long as it doesn't like get too far.
Itself. That's my question. Like, that's it. Is there a too far? Like, where do we, like, for real, what action do we draw the line? Because you can sit here and be like, okay, you cheat on your girl. You cheat on your wife. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Like, you do it a lot. Okay, cool. I'm going to have to distance myself away from you. But, like, what if this is a situation where he molested a child?
I think you'll know if it's too far. Like,
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I feel like that's a line. That right there, there's no. You feel me? I'm sorry. Like, you're not going around my kids. Me and you can't really be cool no more.
Yeah,
like, that's something. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get a second chance after that.
Yeah. Or I say also, I'm gonna take it there and say, even if they mess with your girl or your wife, you feel. I know if that somebody mess with your wife, I probably say ain't no second chances, bro. Like we shooting the heady and then you out of here. That's it.
So I hear everything y'all saying. I really do, and to a certain extent, I do agree. But then, how does this person get the help that they need?
Not from me. Actually, matter of fact, I'm gonna call the cops. Like, if there's certain situations, like, you're like, yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if they come to you like, yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was babysitting so and so, and like, she was just and I was just looking at her and like, I don't know how it happened, but I was just wow. What? First off, what?
So all right. Let's take an extreme example, like you mentioned before, molesting a child, right? Okay. So I agree 100%. You are no longer coming around my children, my family, this, that, and the third. But like, do I then just leave said person out?
Absolutely
dry?
not.
You call the cops.
Absolutely
like,
no.
You gotta call the cops,
listen,
bro.
Listen.
Especially if nobody found out, you gotta call the cops.
You have to understand. You gotta make sure, even if you do call the cops, they have a certain time frame before they get arrested and until they get like put into jail. You have to understand, if they did it before, you have to make sure they don't do it again. You can't just call the cops like, yo, bro, have you even did this to anybody else or just this one person? What if they did that to your child? Then what? You don't even know. You calling the cops and upping on him?
I'm gonna have to ask him like, yo, did like yo Uncle Jordan ever like tell you to come downstairs or like?
Uncle, why gotta be Uncle Jordan?
I'm sorry, I'm just using you. That's kind of wild.
Crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
But you know what I mean. But like, I gotta ask those types of questions. But like in that moment, like I feel like you gotta tell somebody because then like think about it. I get it. We're men. We're logical.
Yeah.
Don't be too logical on certain situations. Certain situations like they warrant an emotional response because that emotional response can save somebody's life. That's how I feel like sometimes.
Been chasing dreams, my money, things I do for my family, and all that.